plane wouldn't fly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they hit our gas tanks, so the plane was going to crash. So the pilot when we got behind the lines, and we just got behind the lines, he said, "Okay, bail out," and which was hard for me. I was a tail gunner, and I was 6'2", and I had some trouble moving around in a very small tail gunner's position. And when he said, bail out, it was hard for me to get out. I'd never bailed out before.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to pull the, wait a minute, maybe, I had to pull these, not a switch. I had to open the door in the tail and bail out that way, which was really a little scary. We had no practice doing that,
Yeah.
so that was new and great.
So would you say that was your darkest memory from the war, or was there something else?
Oh, it's a long time. I got shot down, didn't I? One time. Well, I certainly should know that. So what was the question again?
What was your darkest memory from the war?
I could say losing your good friends, my good friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Is that good enough for some?
Yeah,
some
it's
more?
fine. How did you feel when the war ended? Were you back home, or did you finish over
Where
there?
was I? No, I had gotten home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was back in Texas then, and that was a joyous time when they declared peace.
Mm-hmm.
More? I don't know what more. I ran for my suitcase to pack up.
How did your soldiers and you, how did you guys support each other during the war?
Well, you're really talking about when I was flying, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did try to boost our morale,
Mm-hmm.
and after a mission, we would all come back to the tent and talk about it, and that was very what's that word I'm looking for? Very
Cathartic?
huh?
Cathartic?
Yeah, that's a good word. Maybe that's too big though. Very not relaxing. Well, it made us feel better,
Mm-hmm.
and we could kick that around a little more.
Yeah. What would you say if you were asked to go back?
To go back, what do you say?
What would you say if you were asked to fight again?
Oof.
I mean, maybe not now, but earlier.
I would have done it again. Sure.
Mm-hmm. What was your first thought when you saw combat? Like, when you first got in a plane over there, or...
Well, I happen to have been one of the ones that was less trained than almost all the others.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I was trained so little was that the war was going very badly at the time, and they shipped our class over to Africa. Really, I mean, we were trained, but when it came to the after training in the planes, just fooling around and how to fix your guns and things like that, our training was cut short, and we were put on a ship. What's the name of the MS? Oh God. I'll think of it. And we were, our class was put on an ocean liner. The Mariposa, was that it? Was it Mariposa? Which was an old ship that was used for cruises and good times before the war.
What was life like when you returned home? The war hadn't been over, was it?
No. Oh, it was wonderful to be home, see your family.
Yeah.
I had a brother, of course, that was in the Air Corps also, and I got back before he was a co-pilot on a B-17, just like mine, and he was a co-pilot, and he flew 50 missions, and he got out before I did, and he was flying different missions, but he was in Europe, in Europe. More what?
How did this experience change your life?
What do you say?
How did this experience change your life?
Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Well, it certainly made me more mature. All the ones that went through 50 missions, and we have to forget that in England they flew 25 missions before they could go home. But in Italy we had to fly 50 missions before we could go home.
Wow.
And what was the question again?
How did it change your life?
I think it matured me. I was more serious. I think I appreciated life more. I was so thankful to make it through 50 missions.
Yeah.
And more. What
Are there any particular missions that you remember?
Oh, the most, where we were in Italy, the most, one of the most important missions was Ploesti, which were the oil wells in, where were we? In Romania. And